The past is always close behind. Down in the underworld. Underworld time. Underworld time. Circe tells Odysseus, you want to get back home, you need to talk to Tiresias the prophet. Problem is, he's dead. Odysseus is like, okay, so how am I going to talk to a dead prophet? And she's like, you're going to have to go to the underworld. The men of Odysseus are like, about to go buy me a gun, and I'm about to set this motherfucker up. Now we have to go to the land of the dead. Like, are you serious right now? They're like ripping their hair out, screaming, crying, throwing up. Odysseus has to do it if he wants to get home. And of course, Odysseus is going to do it because this is the Odyssey. Cool. How do I get to the underworld? Circe's like, you're gonna leave the shores of my island. You don't even have to steer. The wind will take you to the edge of the ocean river. And if you're like, what does that mean? In the Bronze Era, they believed that the earth was flat. Yup. Odysseus is a flat earther. Spread the news, everyone. Odysseus is a flat earther. The winds will take you to the edge of the ocean river, and at the edge you will find the underworld. They get to the edge of the ocean river, and at this edge, it's very interesting, because, like, I remember, like, depictions of the underworld when I was younger. It was also, like, it was always, like, a cave, and you, like, row into the cave, and then all of a sudden it's, like, darkness. No, you row yourself to the ocean river. You row yourself far enough that all of a sudden it becomes foggy as hell, and then there's no sunlight. But they're outside. Whatever. It's just interesting because, like, right, in Hercules, doesn't he, like, row himself? I have to rewatch Hercules, because it's not just, like, you row and all of a sudden it's dark out and it's foggy. It's, like, you row into, like, a cave or, like, some sort of, like, entering, and, you know, it's scary as hell, and you keep rowing, and then you see the souls, and then you see Hades, like, farther down. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, right? Or am I crazy? Like, what depiction am I thinking about? Because I don't even know. Odysseus realizes he's here because it's foggy, and there's no light, even though they're outside. Are they outside? Whatever. So that's step 1. Get to the underworld. He is at the underworld. Step 2 is to make some sort of offering, libations to said underworld, to the people of the underworld. How do you do that? I'm so glad you asked. Welcome to Creating Libations for the Underworld with Lisa. Step 1. You're going to use your handy dandy sword. We're going to use a makeup brush because I don't have a sword. And you're going to dig a hole in the ground, and it's going to be the width, the size, and the length of your forearm. You're going to dig a little square that big. In said hole, you're going to pour in milk, honey, which are libations, some wine. You're going to top it off with water. And then, gore alert, if you don't like gore, you shouldn't. I'm going to try my best to make this as PG as possible, but it's really gross. Then you're going to take 2 sheep, and you're going to do one of these. And you're going to take said sheep, and you're going to do one of these with that, one of these over the hole. When this happens, all the souls of the lost are like, and they're kind of like, they're hungry. Like, this is an offering. They would absolutely drink this. Once the hole is filled up, Odysseus sees all the dead coming after him to drink from the hole. His job is to make sure that only Tiresias drinks from the hole. So now he has to protect this hole from these hungry dead people. So he's fending them off, right? Until, you know, Tiresias shows up. He's like, come on, Tiresias, I can't fend this hole off any longer. This is not your hole to drink from. And the thing about the underworld is this is the kind of dead that if you die a very specific way, you look like that for the rest of your deadness. So if you broke your neck's broken in the underworld. If you were cut in half in battle, you're cut in half in war. If you died as a child, you look like that. Anyways, Odysseus sees someone who looks familiar. It's not Tiresias. It's a guy named Elpenor. And Elpenor is actually one of Odysseus's men. Weird enough, Elpenor, the last time Odysseus saw him, was on Circe's island, and there was no one reported dead. So Odysseus is like, how'd you get here before I did? Elpenor's like, well, I was drunk, and instead of sleeping on my bed at Circe's place, I slept on the roof. And then I woke up and I saw you guys leaving, and I was like, oh my God, I'm missing my bus home. He runs off the house and dies that way. R.I.P. Elpenor, but also no one noticed he was gone until they go to the underworld and see him. Poor guy. Elpenor's like, I have one request. Can you please make, like, a tribute when you get back home so people remember me and my story? And, you know, Odysseus is like, pinky dinky swear. And Tiresias shows up. Tiresias drinks from this offering. Again, whoever drinks from this offering is allowed to speak to him. So he drinks. Imagine how Tiresias' mouth opens up like Billy from Hocus Pocus. when he drinks from the libation, he's just like, and, coughing up cotton balls. So Tiresias speaks, and he's like, Odysseus, you're gonna get home, but man, it's gonna be a long time because you pissed off Poseidon by blinding his son. Odysseus is like, I already know that. Like, what kind of prophet are you? Also, the dead can only see the present and the past, but because Tiresias can see the future, he's special. So Odysseus is like, I already know that info. I want my money back. And Tiresias is like, well, you are gonna come across an island, and it's gonna have these really special cows. They are the sun god's friends. They are the sun god's Helios cows. Do not kill them. If you kill them, you're going to have an even worse time going home. It's not only going to take you even longer to get home, but also you're going to lose your ship and all your men. So please don't kill the sun god's cows. Yeah, he told them exactly what was going to happen. If you're delayed that much, when you go home, there's going to be a lot of suitors fighting for Penelope, and they're going to assume you're dead. So you should probably get home a little sooner than you think. That's the one thing that Tiresias gives Odysseus, that information that he doesn't know about, what's happening in Ithaca. So Odysseus is like, all right, thank you so much. Here's a 20 for your troubles. He's about to bounce. And then, waiting. Odysseus, when you come home, I'll be waiting. Even if you're the last one I see, I'm right here, Mom. Odysseus sees his mom, and the last time he saw his mom was in Ithaca. So this is how he finds out that she's dead, like in the musical. She's kind of wandering, and he's like, Mom, and he looks at Tiresias, he's like, what the fuck, why won't she look at me? And Tiresias is like, offer a little drinky drink from this little libation you just made. And so Odysseus gives his mom this mocktail. He's really sad, duh. I mean, this is a really bad way to find out that your mom has kicked the bucket. And I haven't talked about Circe yet, but like, being on Circe's island was a little bit of Odysseus's choice, and they stayed on there for a year. So this is really guilt tripping on him because he missed his mom's death because he was hanging out. He was having a little party on Circe's island, you know what I mean? He's like, Mom, how's Dad? How's my son? She's like, they're cool. How's Penelope? She's like, honestly, she might die a death of mine the way she's waiting, because she's waiting just the way I did, and I can see it in her eyes. There's only a little bit of life left. Odysseus, you should get back home soon. People of Ithaca are looking to Laertes. Because Odysseus is gone, what does the retired king think? And the king is in mourning, so people are assuming that Odysseus is dead, because they're not going to listen to Penelope. This is the Bronze Era, okay? We're not looking for a queen, okay? For what we should do. We're going to look for the next male, blah, blah, blah. Interesting that it's not Telemachus, but that's a whole nother commentary. So this makes Odysseus really sad. He wants to hug her. He tries to hug her. It's like a hologram, okay? He can just run his fingers right past his mom. It's like, you're not even my mom. I can't touch you. And she's like, bitch, my body was left on Earth. This isn't Earth anymore. You in the wrong club, my guy. Of course you can't touch me. I'm a ghost. Ooga booga. Like, relax. And then Odysseus runs into another character. He runs into Agamemnon. Again, the Beyonce, the one who started the wars. Agamemnon, last time Odysseus checked, was home. So to see him here is kind of like, what happened to you? Did you I know you made it home. Do you guys want me to talk about Agamemnon, or do I strictly stick to epic related Odyssey content? I'll make a separate video about what Agamemnon says to Odysseus. Achilles is down there too. Yeah, that'll be a separate video.